From a $15 million Batman helicopter to dropping tens of thousands on multiple wax statues of yourself, these are the stupidly expensive things that football players don't talk about.
Hi, New York. What's up, Times Square?
Kicking things off with Lionel Messi, who's known for his exceptional skills and his ability to handle pressure on the pitch. But there's one kind of pressure that even Messi couldn't handle: the noise from his neighbors. Living in a quiet neighborhood in Barcelona, Messi was used to peace and tranquility. But when his neighbors started making too much noise, he took matters into his own hands. He first tried to build a wall to shield his home from his annoying neighbors. But when they complained about zoning issues and threatened a lawsuit, he pulled the trigger and almost spent €2 million on buying their house to keep his street quiet. But Messi doesn't always move in silence. I mean, his car collection is worth more than $50 million. But the craziest part about that is one of those cars alone is $35 million. And the story about how he got it is kinda nuts. A 1957 Ferrari Spider Scaglietti was up for an auction in 2016. And it wasn't just any Ferrari. This particular model has been raced by Sir Sterling Moss at the 1958 Cuban Grand Prix, which he won. And if Messi wanted to be seen as the GOAT of football, he had to get a car driven by the GOAT of racing. The bidding war escalated and the final bid was a staggering $35.7 million, settling a world record price for a motor car at auction. The buyer remains anonymous, but fans quickly found out that the winning bidder was none other than Lionel Messi. But what's even funnier is that the only reason the price got that high is because it was a bidding war between Messi and Ronaldo.
Cette voiture, 28 millions.
Say what you want about who's the GOAT, but now we definitely know who's got the deeper pockets. But speaking of Ronaldo, he's not modest with his spending either. Hearing about Messi's new Ferrari kind of puts Ronaldo's car collection to shame, because his most expensive cars are only a couple measly $10 million to $18 million Bugattis. But he makes up for that by spending his billion-dollar net worth on not only some outrageously expensive things, but some items that are just straight up weird, like a custom wax statue of himself that probably cost more than your car. In 2013, Madrid's Museum of Wax revealed a wax statue of Ronaldo, and he was so impressed with the statue that he decided to have an exact duplicate made for himself to keep at his own house. So he contacted the original artist, Michael Wade, to create another one. And luckily, the artist still had the original molds, so Ronaldo paid him €20,000, or about $31,000, to make a duplicate. Somehow, though, that isn't the only statue of Ronaldo. And the other one is even more expensive, but it also comes with a bit of controversy for the embarrassing fact of just how bad it looks.
It doesn't look anything like him, I think.
In the summer of 2016, Cristiano Ronaldo led the Portugal national team to their first ever European Championship. And to celebrate the achievement, Ronaldo's hometown of Funchal in Portugal decided to honor him by renaming their airport to Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport. Along with the name change, a statue of Ronaldo was built to be placed at the airport. The statue, which costs around $30,000, was unveiled by the president of Portugal, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa. But the event didn't go as planned. The wax that was eventually unveiled looked nothing like Ronaldo, and the internet was filled with memes within the hour. I mean, come on. My little brother could make a sculpture better than that. But my brother probably couldn't afford to find a house to keep it in. Ronaldo could though, and he does, because he has an insane real estate portfolio, including homes in 5 different countries. But by far is an $18.5 million apartment in Trump Tower in New York City. The apartment was designed custom for Ronaldo and offers 360-degree views of Central Park. He could probably see 50 pizza shops from his bedroom window. But at the end of the day, a house is a house. And the rest of these purchases made by football players are one-of-a-kind things that you'd never expect. Like Neymar Jr., who bought a custom Batman-themed $15 million helicopter. The Airbus H-145 isn't just any normal helicopter. They're usually used in the military and can seat 10 people and 2 pilots at once. So maybe think twice before getting on Neymar's bad side. And I think you'd want to subscribe, so go on, hit that juicy red button, and let's get back to the video. While the standard price of the Airbus H145 is already $14 million, the customizations made by Neymar Jr. costed an additional $1 million. But there's only one thing crazier than a Batman helicopter. 2 Batman helicopters. Okay, I lied. He does not have 2 $15 million helicopters. But all the way back in 2013, Neymar Jr. purchased his first chopper, which was an Airbus 130 that cost a small little $3.8 million. Pocket change for a guy like me. While Neymar might enjoy flying over everyone in his helicopter, other players prefer to spend their money on land. Literally on land, because Zlatan Ibrahimović made headlines for literally buying an entire forest. The forest, located in the area of his home country, Sweden, cost him almost 3 million euros for over 1,000 acres of land. But his choice to buy a forest wasn't just random. Zlatan was recovering from an injury at the time and needed a peaceful place far from the city for his recovery. Instead of going back to his parents' house, relaxing in a penthouse suite, or just staying with a friend, he decided to buy a forest. That forest may have been filled with trees, but David Beckham also went viral for splurging on trees. But not exactly the same type. Let me explain. In 2011, David and Victoria Beckham decided to spend their Christmas living lavishly. The couple spent a whopping $35,000 on Christmas decorations, including 6 hand-picked Christmas trees standing 10 feet tall each. Each tree costed $5,000 to decorate, and an extra $5,000 was spent on decorations around the house. The process was quick, but when the word got out about how much the couple had spent on just decorations, the internet freaked out. But if you thought the internet gets mad when players spend their money on decorations, you should see how they react when players spend hundreds of thousands on something that isn't even real. I mean, look at Neymar, who dropped nearly $500,000 on an NFT. In January of 2022, Neymar Jr. made a crazy splash in the NFT industry by purchasing 2 Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs.
Bored Ape Yacht Club is one of the most high-profile NFT projects. They are now traded on OpenSea for eye-watering sums of money.
He announced the purchase on Twitter, where he changed his profile picture to one of the apes he bought, number 6633. According to the NFT's data online, Neymar paid 160 Ethereum, which was around $485,000 at the time of buying. But this wasn't Neymar's first purchase in the world of NFTs. He also owns another Bored Ape, which he bought for 190 Ethereum, which was around $570,000 at the time. But if you think these stories are crazy, just check out the video on the screen.
It's extraordinary. It's exquisite. It's enthralling.